Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our journey in exploring just a little more about my native language, and I'll try my best. So, 灰犀牛 was a translation of the book called The Gray Rhino. And of course, Chinese, we don't really have the articles like that. We just translate as 灰犀牛. And explain how Chinese use this generic new and that in front of it, paired it with some sort of new. And you can see this by itself can stand on its own as well, because there is this ox generic new character within it already. But then this new was featured on its tail. I don't know why. To my eyes, it's the horn, but the language creator back then chose to zoom in on the tail. Something fascinating about rhino's tail. Okay. In any case, that's our 犀牛 rhino. So today we continue with 犀, but it's not rhino anymore. Well, in a sense. In a sense, it came from rhino, but it's not. It does not stay with the rhino, its original meaning anymore. 眼光犀利. Okay. 眼光犀利, we have, just by one glance, all of these can be explained by the character abstraction, like by the image. Chinese is it's called a local iconic. Gee, I forget how to say it. It's iconic language, full of icons. So things are very visual here. This is our eye symbol, and this is our eye symbol too. Like you can see, the two looks the same, just one is a little bit wider than the other one. It's related to the spatial arrangement within a frame. So normally if we have a left and right structure, one side is a little bit smaller horizontally than the other side. That's just for visual perception, balance. So we have eye symbol, and then this symbol, you can see something similar like that, right? But these two are two different things. This symbol is used to mean change. Well, that probably actually, okay, I just pop into my mind about something, but this symbol means change. Why it means change? Because it used to have a symbol of a human figure, and then the human figure was flipped 180 degrees into another kind of a human figure, but it's upside down. And eventually only this upside down human figure, like the reversion of the human figure, was kept. And then that was used to mean change. So we have the eye, which is a visual representation of the eye. Instead of horizontally opening eye, for the economy of space, we rotate it to this vertical representation of eye opening. So instead of eye looks like this, we kind of do it that way. Still, the two horizontal lines means the eyeball. And so you have the eye, and then looking at the changes. To language creators, that's the main function for the eye, for observation. It's observation of changes over time. Isn't that deep? That's how you can see how things are working. That's how Chinese, I guess, ancient philosophers came up with such great system to kind of set principles or the general rules to observe the long trend of things, because language creators already notice us that for you to see something, you have to see the changes over time. That means you take good notice of this thing, whatever observation object that is. Take good notice of all the measurable aspects of that thing, and then you have to note that and then compare it over time, the changes about that. That's how you discover how things evolve, right? How things basically work, the more fundamental mechanisms of anything. So I'm like, wow, our language creator gave us that hint already. So the left side is, it simply means the eye, right? And the right side, the eye plus seeing change, that's abstract term actually used to in one of the 8. Wait, is it 8 or yeah, one of the 8 classifications of the materials or the things in the whole world. So 八卦 in Chinese, we have this. I mean, I guess people here know Taiji, the black and white changing, swirling S curve kind of thing with a dot opposing color within each. So we have that, and then from that symbol, Taiji came from 8, like further classification. So that Taiji only black and white 2, right? And then we split it into 8. So within that 8, wait, is it 8 bagua? Yes, I think it's 8. Within 8, and then there are 3 levels of 8 each, and then that's like 24. But in any case, this right portion, the eye, seeing the change symbol, was one of the 8 symbols that try to explain or classify as a category of something in I guess it was used to describe like a mountain or something as the limit or border of things. Okay, any case, so the eyes, that to see the border, the end, or the change of things, evolution of things over time, that's the main function of the eye, and together they depict the eye. And in contemporary Chinese, when we say yan, it's more specific of not just like a mu. Okay, mu is the front end of the eye, but if we say yan, it's the whole mechanism of the whole, camera, human camera, to capture what's projected in what captured in the eye, and the processing, the neurotic connection. So that's the whole, not just the front eye opening with eyeball, what's on the surface, but the whole thing, the system, let's say, of the eye. So that's a more, I would say, anatomy of the eye, contemporary. Okay, just to say in our medical terms, 眼科. So we have this eye field or subject, so subgenre of medical area. So we have heart for the food, for the nose, and then we have for the eye. So we use yan instead of mu, because this depicts the whole system of the eye. Okay, very lengthy. Let's speed up. So 光, we have this human figure, torso, 2 legs, human figure, and the top is our fire. We have this cone, and because it's placed on the top, so I guess language creator kind of take the liberty to, instead of this shape of fire, they kind of flatten. I mean, language creators are fun. They place in this 2D dimension, and according to the space limit, they would kind of distort the original proportion to fit in a narrow space or flatter space. So in this case, it's a flatter space. The fire kind of look like that, but it's a fire above human figure. That is the sun. And from the sun, the indirect meaning would be from the light come from the sun. So it's our light source in nature. Yeah, before like inventions like candles, human light, the one and only source in nature of light, the fire above people is the sun, and that's our light source. So that's light. 眼光, we use eye light to mean actually somebody's observation. So there are certain judgment and internal processing. It's not just seeing something. It's really seeing and judging like kind of tell the either classify it into something or to see the trend, what it could be. So there's some calculation and expectation going on. So that's our 眼光. It's not just the eye, not just seeing. It's more than the whole calculation of like including your bias, like where it came from, right? And then like 眼光, when we see it, it's like how far you can see, almost like how far the light of your eyes can go. So mostly it's about seeing the trend of things. Okay, 犀利. So we have rhino, and when it pairs with 利, our sharp symbol, the sharp symbol comes from this crop. This is a crop symbol that we can see kind of like a crop, right? So with the top kind of bent like that. It looks like a tall standing crop with leaves on the top, and it's standing tall with some space. And it's kind of a bending, kind of a ripening. Fruits or grains grown on the crop are about to be harvested. It's dropping down, right? And then this is the harvest tool, which is the sickle, right? Try to cut it off efficiently. So we have to make it super sharp. So just by pairing this tool to cut the crop with a crop symbol, like you have this tool and you have this mission to cut it, and just picture that, the natural logical conclusion is this thing better be sharp to be able to cut it. So that's our sharp character. So when rhino paired with sharp, it simply means a super sharp. I guess ancient language creator not only emphasized the tail of this ox, this exotic ox, they also appreciate that the main thing on that rhino is this horn, and this horn is super sharp. They use that sharp to mean this sharp. Okay, so you see this tool to cut crop is like a knife with the edge. So an edge is like a horizontal, not horizontal, but like one whole side of it is sharp, right? It's a line, it's a long space, but the rhino is like a tip, the point space. So I guess pairing this, the point, rhino's horn sharp with the crop cutting sharp gives you a more specific sense of how sharp that is. It's very punctuating sharp, things that can be piercing. So basically it's like your eye light, your observation or your projection, your own calculation of what's going to happen, your trend reader. So basically to say, 眼光 is your trend detection, right? Trend reader are very, what's the word I was just using? The punctuating or piercing, okay, piercing. So it's like the rhino's horn is going to punctuate through the densities of the current reality, that the observations you made, and go through, like that's the connecting, like your eye light, what you see far out into the future is going to punctuate through all that haven't happened yet, but there are like signals that you can read from surroundings and punctuate all through that, see far, like through all these noises, right? Observations, you're going to see down in the future. Things are going to happen this way. So that's your judgment about the future. So 眼光犀利, I use the devil wears Prada, the boss over there, like she in this posture, like she was doing this, right? She was a kind of judging right now, trying to decide or to figure out what this person, or trying to find a solution, or categorizing something. So this is a discerning moment for her, like she is trying to read the situation, to assessing a person or something. So this is a good depiction of what 眼光犀利 here means, like a discerning, or earlier I said a piercing. So that's probably more accurate considering we have 犀利. So it's like rhino's horn sharp, pointing through. So that's 眼光犀利 very worthy today. Thank you for staying till the end. Cash into the currency of thinking about one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.